What's up, Lucky Gamers? It's Lucky Lux. So we have Med Pocket. The banner is out, and it's a really interesting banner because it has Bjorn Bloom and Baby Blue, which are two really strong 5-stars that I feel like a lot of people are going to be summoning on this banner to get the two. And I have some words for you. Look, if you're chasing for a 5-star on a banner, you're gonna either end up getting the 6-star character, or you're just gonna spend way too many summons to get the character. Some people can do it in a 10 summon, but I just don't advise it, right? So you can take my advice if you want, or you could just do whatever you want, right? In terms of Med Pocket is a great healer, but I have some words about that as well. I have Med Pocket on CN. I use Med Pocket a lot. Med Pocket is great. But unfortunately, there's characters that exist like Tooth Fairy, you know, for Beast, there's already in the future Desert Flannel, and and in cases where you don't need a healer, then you're gonna use like a shielder or something, right? So Med Pocket doesn't really have a place. But let's go over the abilities and let's look at Med Pocket for those who are Med Pocket enjoyers, right? So we have a stun on the ultimate, and this inflicts daze, which is the stun, and then you get Moxie after using it. With the Insight 1, you're able to heal off of this ult, right? And then Insight 2 gets damage dealt. Insight 3, healing done plus 10% at if below 50%, which is really weak, honestly. The debuff on the ability is damage taken. It's nice, but it's only single target, so it doesn't help everybody. Kind of like how just Confusion is right now. And leveling it up doesn't improve the damage taken, just improves the damage. And then the heal was nice and gives sturdiness. Sturdiness is really good if you know that you're going to be attacked like once, but if you're going to be hit by multiple attacks, sturdiness falls off after the first hit, and then you're just going to take extra damage after that, right? So sturdiness is something that you're going to have to stack, so you're going to have to use AP to try to stack up sturdiness like over the course of the battle if you're not wanting to get completely like rocked by an enemy or anything like that, right? And then when it comes to portraits, like if you already have a Medicine Pocket, you're asking yourself, is it worth to get portraits? No, most of the standard characters, you'd rather get their portraits just naturally versus summoning for them, because the portraits aren't necessarily that strong for most of the standard characters. So let's talk about Med Pocket. How is Med Pocket all the way up to 1.6, right? So I have my handy dandy CN account here, right? So I do have Med Pocket. Med Pocket's sitting right here. I haven't done the I3 yet because there's just a lot of healers, right? So we know that Tooth Fairy exists in the game. Tooth Fairy is very strong. Tooth Fairy is not going to be replaced yet, right? But Tooth Fairy doesn't fit for every team, right? There's the Plant team, there's the Beast team, there's other teams like that. But unfortunately, Med Pocket doesn't go into those teams either. Med Pocket doesn't go into the Beast team for one reason. She's not reality. She can be a substitute if you don't get a Flannel, but unfortunately, Flannel's going to be a better use for you than Med Pocket, because Med Pocket's going to be mental damage. And the character that's coming out in another day or so, Getien, gets more Moxie for having reality damage characters, right? So he has a benefit for being with reality damage. Now that's the first turn, so it's not the biggest deal, but also Desert Flannel on her ult gives a buff that buffs up beast characters to specifically give them incantation might. So Desert Flannel has more offensive buffs than Medicine Pocket. Now Medicine Pocket is a good defensive option, but if you're wanting to clear the content, that's what I'm saying, for the Beast team, Desert Flannel is going to be a little bit better there, especially paired with all the Beast characters that are put on that team. And then of course Plant has their Sotheby down here, and Sotheby is going to be for pretty much any type of plant situation, right? She's doing just fine where she's at. And in terms of, like, you know, mineral, like, they have their balloon party right now until they get another healer. So Medicine Pocket is really, like, good if you're going into a beast raid or something like that. The character is good if you don't have, you know, the other setup, right? So if you're in a beast raid, you're going against plant, Tooth Fairy is gonna get hit really hard, so then you can use your med pocket there. If you don't have Desert Flannel, because Desert Flannel is a 5-star, it's a little hard to get. But all I'm saying is that Desert Flannel just doesn't have a specific team right now that they fit into, which is fine, right? The character is really good if you don't have those teams. If you don't have a specific setup, Medicine Pocket can work for you. But as global and even like CN is kind of getting to the point where we're starting to make these specific teams that are kind of like themed, characters that are universal are eventually going to fall out, right? Because they're not going to be the best option. Like they are an option, but not the option. Same thing's going to happen to 6 eventually. 6 is a good option for your teams, but as we get specifically themed teams, even 6 will eventually fall out. It's just a common theme and kind of something I'm kind of foreshadowing for the game. I could be wrong, but I'm seeing it with some of these releases that we've been having lately, right? So that's how I feel about Med Pocket. Love the character. Love what Med Pocket can do. It's sick. I do believe that Med Pocket can put out decent damage. I do believe that Med Pocket has some good healing. But unfortunately, there are just other options in healing. There are other characters who are specifically tailor-made for different teams. And Med Pocket doesn't fit yet. Will I see something in the future? With how the stuns work, stuns doesn't work really in a lot of boss content. Stuns are good for like Utu, some stuff in Limbo, but not really good for raids, which is what really people are like focusing on right now. Med Pocket could work in Echoes in the Mountain, that mode, but other than that, right, it's trying to make the character work. And for the Crit Pocket, it's just a meme on my channel. It's honestly a meme on my channel that Med Pocket, if you need Med Pocket to crit, Med Pocket can do it because he has single target ability. So I threw on Thunderous Applause on my Med Pocket, and with the 27% crit rate, it feels like a lot more. So you got to watch the live streams to see it. That's where the Crit Pocket comes from. But anyways, guys, that's my opinions on Med Pocket. So I'm gonna say it's not a banner I think you should summon on. If you get Med Pocket from off banner, then that's really great, but I don't think you should summon on it. Even though there's some really strong 5-stars on it, don't do it as a trap. If you're looking to summon for copies of Bjorn Bloom or copies of Baby Blue, just summon for Shemaine. Just get a copy of Shemaine. Shemaine is gonna do what both of them can do, basically, in terms of being a debuffer, right? And I know a lot of you are wanting that Bjorn Bloom portrait, but don't do it. Don't do it. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. You lucky gamers, have a good one. Like it looks out.